think of there's any number of occupations where you don't necessarily think of them as being creative endeavors, but someone who's an architect,
Yes.
I think is incredibly. In fact, sometimes when I'm in other countries and I'm seeing these amazing buildings that go back thousands of years, and I think, boy, I think I would if I enjoyed being an architect. Just the challenge of putting together a building or something in a very interesting and beautiful way, I think is was must make architects feel really good at the end of the day.
I would think so. And the way that they have to think, I want to say is like three-dimensional. It's one thing to paint a flat picture and
Right.
get the dimensions, but they have to think about people are going to enter in this way, they're going to turn to the left, and then there's this here. The intricacy of what they have to put together, that they can even visualize that to me is unfathomable. I can't think that the way that they have to think, and thank goodness they do, so that we
Hmm.
can enjoy the places that they
That's
design.
right. We'd hate to exist in just a two-dimensional space.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I think if I was going to build a place, I would literally build four walls, cut a hole, and then move on and build another four walls. And you'd have this crazy maze of a place that didn't make any sense because what do I know? So thank goodness that they do know.
Yeah. But yeah, there's all kinds of fields, and lots of people don't themselves actually interpret what they're doing as a creative thing, but they put themselves into it, whatever it is. So
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a pity, it feels like even though there's some wonderful structures, there's so much cookie cutter. I don't know if it's that way in Canada so much, but I look at neighborhoods that have the same floor plans or the same three or four floor plans. It's just same, same, same. And I think back to when I was very young and how much creativity, some houses that had character,
yep,
and
yep.
progress is good up to a point, but I do prefer places with character that they had some real imagination.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I live here in this city of Lethbridge, southern Alberta. It's a little over 100,000 people now. But I grew up in a city much larger that's north of here, Edmonton. And you go to the old neighborhoods and you see all these very distinctive houses. Yeah, there might be some similarities, but each house is not, as you said, cookie cutter. Couple of things has actually happened there is many of those houses used to be built by lone individual builders. So if they were building houses, and a couple of the houses I lived in as a kid was this way, that builder might be building three or four houses, but they didn't have enough money to go building a whole bunch of them all at once. And so each one had a kind of distinctive quality to it. It was almost like the signature of that person building it. But what's happened over time is, of course, big builders now, these are large corporations. They have lots of money. Many times they're not just building in one city; they're building everywhere. And so it's easier for them to build the same house over and over and over again. It's kind of mass production houses. And so that individual craftsman thing that you used to get has kind of been lost. When you travel to old countries that are older, have older streets and houses, you see, wow, that is really distinctive. That's a beautiful house right there in the middle of this whole street, right? So, yeah, I sympathize with that memory.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's an amazing thing.